Please turn to page 7 of the prayer book. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. May the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme science, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dhamma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms atoms in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly, this is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of gods, protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure white heap, curd like cloud, O Lobsang Drakpa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples, in space ahead on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with fields of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit, field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mine sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortune it is. Your beauteous body, fame, glory outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit. None but you committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time. Especially what has contradicted 3 vows, each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life essence-full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable Lobsang Drakpa's essential teaching specially shine forever. Mig Metse Waiter Chen Chen Rizik Dreame Campe Wampo Jampelyam Dupung Malu Domze Sangweda Gang Chen Kepe Tsugyen Song Kapa Lobsang Drakpe Jabla Sowade. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainment of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root Guru, grave take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remains steadfast. Homage to exalted 3 jewels. Thus if I heard at one time, the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vajra mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, was looking perfectly at the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the 5 aggregates also. Then through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, how should a child of the lineage strain who wishes to engage in the practice of profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomena. There is no I element, and so forth up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, Bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed, Tayata, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Buddhi, Soha. Shariputra, this is how a Bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration, said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy, supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis, Akasamarajas. Samaraya Pay. Tayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Buddhi Soha. Through the power of truth of the exalted three jewels speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four maras, be stopped. May they become non-existent, and may they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, Shanti Kuriya Soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse, harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Saji Pagi Jukshing Metok Dram Ri Rabling Ji Ni De Gyan Badi Sangye Shing Nu Me Te Owa Yi Drogu Nam Nak Jing La Je Pa Shom Je Tsun Lama Dam Pa Genam Ki Je Gu Kala Kien Se Trin Drigne Jitar Tampe Yo Je Zinma La Zap Ge Je Jonan Toki Jonam La, Janchu Badu Dagni Gyapsuchi, Dagi Junyan Gipe Sonam Ki, Drola Penche Sange Drupa Sho. Jonan Toki Jonam La, Janchu Badu Dagni Gyapsuchi, Dagi Junyan Gipe Sonam Ki, Drola Penche Sange Drupa Sho. Jonan Soki Jonam La, Janchu Badu Dagni Gyapsuchi, Dagi Junyan Gipe Sonam Ki, Drola Penche Sange Drupa Sho.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Right? Usually the Tibetan culture, we don't have like Mother's Day, Father's Day, not like that. No, it's the Labor Day, you know. Develop decision. Damli lot of decisions. Yeah? I don't know, you can see the Facebook, how we chat. Reading day, book reading day? No, anyway, right now you can see so many things, you know. Usually it's very tradition, we don't have like that, but right now very popular, everyone's, you know, the Mother's Day. I think there are a lot of copy from the different traditions, different countries. But the Tibetan Buddhism, the number one is the mother. Doesn't matter, it means not father to kick out the butt. But number one is mother. You know, in order to achieve enlightenment, you need to recognize all sentient beings your mother. If you're not able to that, no chance to enlightenment. No chance. Why? In order to achieve enlightenment, we need to develop bodhicitta. In order to need bodhicitta, we need to do compassion. Great compassion. Develop great compassion is we need to like 7 different steps. Mashi, Tenten, Tuzo, Yoshaba, Nijichimbos.
So in order to generate bodhicitta, you need to first go through the 7 fold cause and effect instructions. So the first, it starts with the recognition of all sentient beings as one's mother, and then remembering their kindness, repaying their kindness, and affectionate love, compassion, superior thought or intention, and then comes the bodhicitta. So at the beginning, you have to be able to see all sentient beings as your mother.
Sanje gomba top goyo na, shanchu sem goyo. Shanchu sem goyo na, nije goyo. Nije goyo na, tinga na semche da mashiba goyo res.
And so if you want to achieve enlightenment, you have to first generate bodhicitta. And so if you want to be able to generate bodhicitta, then you have to have great compassion, loving kindness, and all this. And before you can have that, you should be able to see all sentient beings as your mother.
그래서 나 쳔들어야 아마리 까린 체지다 준 요마레스.
So in this life, there is no one who is more kinder than one's mother. So fathers might think that I'm also very kind. I work very hard for my family.
Yes, we accept that, but
So yes, of course, because we're all interdependent, right? So the father would have to depend on father also. But in general, so mother is more kind because she goes through more difficulties, to give you birth and to raise you and so forth.
bena tempo Rinpoche ya jigi nyamle tambo de ani tempo Rinpoche bena amasang chong song song do.
So just like His Holiness, that the Lama mentioned that he first, had the experience of compassion, through his mother.
Bena para do yin bana, pawa yin bana, nati pawa yin na, ta pu jetang chane, semti mo yung go remanda, ta lito ko kangi chara yung go mares.
So in the case of father at the house, so of course he has a worry, and he care about the child and worry about the child, but it's through the mental, through mind. But it doesn't have to go through the physical difficulty, just like a mother goes through.
그리고 근데 단 도와라 맨 부지와나 다 틀리지더라 담보 먼저 보고 매वे가 보고 맞아야겠다 보고 매वे가 강양다 샘치 담보 단 정도 신나 담보 청사진 알랭알 부지에는 보여는 양 샘치 요레스.
So at the beginning, we have the mothers have worry, thinking whether she'll be able to conceive or not. She'll be able to become pregnant or not. So there's always worry about that at the beginning.
다들 부부 차서로 가려야 다 부부 대리 딱 저거 가다 되네 손대겠다 지금 가게도 다 쉬는 거 같이 다 간지 지 녀당 사당 대당 간지 전에다 님마다 말아 뭐시 소소 너마 제야 뭐지 가서 자자 가다 제고도 왔어 매와 제고도 와.
And then that's at the beginning, and after you get married, then you start thinking like that. But then once you are conceived or pregnant, then you have to sacrifice so many things. So even from the way you eat, from the way you sleep, where you lie down, which side you lie down, all these things you have to be always worry or care about the child inside your womb.
때문에 배나 보고도 빨리 나와 뒤에 도war래 제 고마서 저당 고쇼로 왔다 그래서 공간다 아마도 저 이쇼 쿠마선도 다 좋지 뭐자 보는 게 좋자 파한 거 저기.
And especially at in a later stage of the pregnancy, when the child is about 7, 8, or 9 months old, then he's growing up. It becomes bigger, right? So it's very difficult for a mother to move here and there and even get a full night's sleep.
얘나 뒤가라 아메가다 막 근데 동아 저기 지는 상고에 말상가 보고디 간대요나 섬치 대단지 섬찬대래 그래서 저는 강의 전에 강의도 전에 강의 맞춰 속여요 말해.
So at that time, she doesn't care about her pain or her difficulties. She's only worried about the child. As is always, thinking about the child, that she doesn't feel any pain in herself.
다 먼저 엄마다 남마도 있는 다 샤지다에 맞다 보고 남주제 제다전에 다 보고 아무 뭐 정도 그랬어.
And so in the ancient time, there was no surgeries, no, like C-section and so forth. Right? So it's very difficult. So they have to give a natural birth, and that process can kill so many women, so many mothers. They die while giving birth to a child.
미야마나 보고 쪼여라. 근데 쪼와대 집에 전에 주서 진이 걸아마 정말에.
And so in the case of my mother, she gave birth to 10 children, and then after about 2 or 3 months after she gave the 10th birth of the 10th child, then she passed away.
안 대화 보대 전에 주서 진이 지라네. 도저 말이야.
Sorry, not month. Sorry, about an hour or two later. After she gave birth to the 10th child.
티가 마 전에도 나도 주주다. 나도 배배로서 나도 바세 주주 건도 주 되남 남이 차다되고 같이 샤로 너무 냠내대로 왔어.
And so I still remember. I was pretty small, but I still remember because everybody just lived in together. We were nomads. The nomads, they have this tent made of the yak hair, and there's just one room. So everybody just sit together, live together inside one house, one tent.
아니 고나시 마트도 아마 보지와 좋게 주서 빠지 니바도 보지 아마 깨져도 정도가 주주래. 그래서 보고달로 주주 중이 되나 그래.
So I still remember, I was maybe 10, 11 years old. So I remember when she was crying of pain, in around 2 o'clock, sometime around 2, 3 o'clock in the night, in the morning.
근데 나도 보고서 쇼쟁이 없는 얘다니 바와가 바로 제듯이 자자 추추로 되는 게 좋게 어떤 거는 것도 듣다 보고 되는 거도 가서 보고다 이마가 아마 그동안에 다 보고서 니고 말아.
So the mother was crying with the pain, so of course we won't be able to fall asleep, but father was trying to help her by giving her some hot water and so forth.
근데 부지와 정도 되고 부지는 보는 것도
So I also remember the child coming out, because the child, soon after they come out, they cry, right?
아니 대내 부제에서 그라 야 주지 지만 아미 빼 깨쳐 못 잡네야. 당가서 멤버 요 말로 먹고 멤버 요 말.
So after about 1 hour after giving birth, she cried so loudly, couldn't out of pain, because in that village there's no doctor, no hospital at all.
어지 드네다 아니 드네 같은 거 아니 잠대 로송가도 살았다. 너무 보다 소는 얘가 아니 얘네 한번 무슨 것도 취해서 말해. 아니 건 잠대 로서 삼아.
And so after some time, then it became very silent. So we were children, we were kids, nothing we could do. We just didn't hear anything. It was very, like silent.
아니 드네 같은 거 바라 깨라고 잡아주더니 나도 침대도 뛰어오더니 아마 총살 나거든.
And then after that, I remember that my father was, making some sound, noise, and then going around, and then the neighbors, some of the neighbors came by, and then they all said she passed away.
어떻게 단 그나 지상은 내서 놓아지나 바지 부전에 아마 총사에 됐다 바지 자세자네 바지 자세 진이나 되면 놓아 나땅 아주 된리 qabla야 된지에 가서 된리 다 대도 아마 가서 총살로.
So but nowadays, we're very fortunate. We have all these facilities. So out of 100, maybe like 1 or 2%, maybe you hear who have passed away of giving birth. But most of the time, there's a way, to treat how she can give birth and so forth. So it's always very good these days. But before, in the ancient days, there was no these facilities. So many women or mothers die in giving birth to a child.
된리가 아니 당당하도 생천들이 다 먼저 미다 아마 제용도 하고 그런 것도 아마 제 많이는 것도 저라 되게 냠냠시라 용어 말어 봐.
So same with the animals, right? So they go through all these difficulties when they're giving birth to their children, their little ones. And so those who have been mother can understand. But if you have not been mother, then it's just like listening to a story, but you will not really, get the experience.
어떻게다 문에 전에 소문 있다면 아마서 때 무슨 거래시고 당간도 다 간제 무슨 거래신 보이 말이야.
So that is the kind of hardship that mothers went through. So therefore, the mothers are very, very kind for us.
근데 좀 아메가 간절로 제가 대한 ችን 말아가지 와 말이야.
And then affection that the mother has towards us is very different than others.
배나 아마라 반이 된지 수접 갈래가 간지만 이제 보고 맞제서 걸라 아메가 삼라 보고도 온보차가 상경이 나면은 좀 카타모 저도 온보차가 상경되면 되었어. 계시되기 그랬어.
And so even she went through so much difficulties and pain, but she doesn't care about herself. She is like worried about the child. Even after the child comes out, then she's like worried about the child, thinking, "Oh, how's my child? And whether he has all the limbs complete or not, and so forth." So she's worrying about the child, not about herself.
오케이, 된리가 자체로서 아마 제용에서 된리가 저도 냠냠이 알아봤어.
Those of you who've been mother, is that the experience you have?
된리가 냠냠 나오지 빨아서 코시라 다 생리되는 만복사고요 말이야.
So that kind of experience is not experienced by the father. Of course, the fathers worry too, but they don't have to go through that kind of physical experience, so doesn't know exactly what happens.
다 나신 게야, 근데 지금 딱 보고대 주주 날 가지 나와가 아메 고는 야다반다. 보고 맞제 타고 갑라야. 아니 아메 방어가셔나 보게 되시다 보다 뭐야면 딱 보죠 뭐야다 지금. 소바다면 말아. 아메 방어가셔 보게 된 잠때도 와도요. 파키나 양모용 왔더니 대선 트리베 오도 와.
And so because the child has been inside mother's womb for 9 months, 10 days, and so forth, when you place the child, and of course, child cries soon after it comes out. So, but when you place the child on mother's breast or chest, then he faints, feels comfortable, feels very comfortable, and stops crying. Then if you take him away, and he'll cry again. So that's like showing how much, even from the physical contact, he can feel the compassion.
근데도 나도 컴패션은 좀 이렇게 동화요 말이야. 그 소원 영화이라고 하지.
So compassion is not something that you can see, but it's felt, with experience, with feeling.
근데 다 대상인 바는 다 보고 맞춰서 오늘 지금 소바시에서 다 빼면서 민장보다 야고지. 한번 가서 주주 가면은 아니 나도 발라마가 각시 그래서 안 좁아도 라바시샤 그래서.
So nowadays, when the child comes out, of course, they poop and they pee and all these things. You have all the facilities like nice diapers and all these things, so you don't have to clean up so much yourself. But in the ancient days, there's nothing like that. So mothers and fathers will clean up with their hand, with their bare hand, and then like the snots, and they will just suck with their mouth, and then spit it out for them.
나도 좁아야 소한테 밤마서 문인데 좁대겠다. 술을 좁아라 좁다요 말해.
And so, of course, we feel very like yucky, right? Very nauseous, but mothers, and they don't feel like that. The mothers and fathers, they don't feel like that about their child.
가르나 밤에 길때 부고들 떼베 슈침보는 떼베 되게 고 좁게 샤데 가만 냄새가 그래.
So that's because of her, the parents' affection and love towards the child that presses, that feeling of dirty or nauseous.
그러와 근데 이제 밤에 보면 칼라로 해나 칼라다 디사다다 가리아산 뭔가 해봐나 야와도 보고라테 디두아테 신호도 소소사게 그래.
And so nowadays, of course, also you have plenty of food, so you can give the best food you want to your child. But in ancient days, there was not so much very good food, so the mothers and fathers, they will feed the child the best food, but the best part of the food, and then whatever is left over, the one that child doesn't want to eat, then they will eat. They will take the leftovers.
다 나신기 아니 남도 샤슈뱅이 무서워 여러다 셰소된데 아무 엄마도 부기 가세지 통토하다 아마도 부님도 가세 기대도 와이나 부라 아말 때와도 용거래서 마 용거래서.
And so also how much the child drinks mother's milk from mother's breast, and how much he or she spend time with his mother, that much closeness they will feel, and affection they will have for each other.
그러와 다 나신 것도 님이로나 부도 주유를 아무 남 얘들 그래. 거기 샤르니 아무 소리 얘도 들여 말해.
And so also before when the child is born, the child sleeps with the mother, not like the mother sleeps in the east, somewhere in the east, and then the child sleeps somewhere in the south like that. It's not like that.
된지기 아마도 부인념도 비고 진짜다마다 부고라 아마라 믹스기 떼어떼어도 요래다. 샤쇼고라 믹스기 다 시찬이 아니 넘쇼바 제와나 파말을 떼어다 바시 샤쇼고 채요래.
And so that's the culture or the tradition of the Eastern or the Asian people. So that way the children and the mother have more strong connection or bond with each other. So that's like kind of in that sense, the Westerners have less kind of bond with the mothers.
단도와도 봐야 부고마 제사와다 아니 부고 아마니 녀사에 바나카가 아니 마제 부고 오마데와 아말 마메 오마도 부고 저거만도.
So here in the West, most of the time, most of the people they separate, right? They will have a crib for a child to sleep in, and then mother will sleep somewhere else, and then even she cut her breastfeeding. All this.
다 돼서 다 카드로 세워이나 총바도 멤바도 들바도 카드네 다 총을 제대 그거 가서 세워라. 나한테 되거든 삼성.
So sometimes I feel like my bad thought about it. It makes me think like that. Maybe it's like all these the business people, business people, and the doctors and all other those who are producing what do you call the fake milk or whatever formulas. So they're maybe all coming together and then maybe discussing to do that so that they can have more business.
그래서 나 부고를 안 먹으면 돼. 아마 부고를 내가 시시. 정말 danger해. 대단히 정말이야.
So they say, the mother's milk is not good, it's harmful to the kid, so you have to give this formula like that. And that's, I think, total lie.
맞아, 누구를 소리나 아무 엄마도 부고를 개개심을 개개요 말이나 부고도 안에 직가고 선무 땅땅이나 야가 아마를 태워야나 채와 부고도 수분 탕용 그래.
In the ancient days, there was no formulas like that. So the only thing that was given to the child was the breast milk. And that is, more healthy for the kid, and it makes closer to the child, and it gives it makes the child think more kindness of the parents for having fed the milk and so forth. So it's really good to feed from the breast.
나도 나 가면다 부고 빠지 롱아투나 다 나면만 되는 뭐 보여래. 롱아투 잘해라. 너도 다시 나왔지니 로진 아무 내면 다시 여서 말어.
So in the old days, we have like children, like even like 5-6 years old, they're still drinking milk from their mother's breast. But here, maybe like in a couple of months or in a year, they will cut off that, right?
어떻게다 간지나 간주 때다 자원 뭐지 군디고 송도 왔다. 아마도 부인이 para 가서 인데와 망아치도나 아니 부고라 아마 제가 용거를 송도 왔다. 때데 이사래.
So just like His Holiness mentioned that how much close the parents and children have, that much more affection they will have in between themselves.
다나 지금 부고라 아메게 샤드도 저와이다 부야 체로 제단아야 된다고서 말어.
And also from the contact of the body, the skin, the child, coming in contact with the mother's or father's skin, they will also grow indifferently.
근데 나도 지우도 지우도 맞게는데 아메 골라 군도 쇼바를 니에도 근데 그 누구야 상호 차는 거도.
So like just like the birds, when they are born, the chicks, they're little, they sit under the mother's body or wing, and then they grow up faster.
오케이, 되네요. 다 아메 있나도 되네. 다 노알라 시당기다 삼삼도 노알라 아마 가시는 전에 다 보고라 야보 마청이 되는 뭐 용어 열어봤어. 대자 양 가시는 아마 야보는 가시 나오는 건데 용용도.
And so that's the solution or the truth about mother, how kind they have been for us and so forth. But then of course there are some one or two cases where mothers have not been good, right? And so some people they don't like when they hear the mothers are very kind like that, because some of their mothers have not been very kind to them.
대마오데 아마 코란 용모 영왕 그 저와야 만나래. 간제 샘 나타만에 드리죠 저라마 쌈지 세진들이 연구요 말이.
And then again, also we can think of those cases like the mother not being nice because of what? Why she's not nice? Because of certain reasons, right? So of course in Buddhism, when we think about that, it's all because of our delusions, right? The ignorance, and because of our ignorance, because of our delusion, and she is like controlled by the delusion, and that make her not, to become a very good mother. So it is caused by her delusion to act in that way, but she's not intentionally saying, "Oh, I want to be a bad mother." She's not saying like that, or she's not doing like that.
그래 아마들 보야 제시 다 보야 보체도마다 안에 보고대야 로종 간디지오나 아사미 아미 심치냐 제대로 걸 보고도 받는 보여나면 로종 간디지오야 심치하게 그랬어.
And then once the child starts to grow up, then she again worries a lot, thinking, whether he's going to have good friends or not, whether he's going to have good education, knowledge or not. So he's always thinking about the kid, about the child.
아니 보야 제도에 다야 부모나 지금 남한테고 보이나 지금 다 나무 때내 용거나 야한테 마바칸이라고 해나 남아칸이라고 하면 야 샘이 제대로 자매.
And then even when they grow up, to be adult, then still, the parents worry about them. That's if it's a girl, whether she will be beautiful or not, or whether she will be able to find a good husband or not, or if it's a boy, whether he will be able to, be successful in his career, or whether he is going to be able to find a good wife or not. They always worry about that. And then again, if they got married, then they still think about, whether they will give birth to a child or not. And then even after the child is born, then they still worry about the grandchildren. How is my grandchildren going to be? So those of you who are old enough to have children and grandchildren, you have that feeling, right? So in like Tibetan like culture or tradition, or it's just natural thing in Tibetan is that we always think about mother, when we're in danger, or when we're scared, we always think about mother. So we shout out, say mother.
Do you see that? Like here, like that? If you are attached here, this is bigger heart as mom. Like that. Even any kind, like
because of that strong imprint in their mind, they always think about mother.
And the Buddha Karinata, Nachikaya, Amadinga Jasha Janita, Chokuri, Samiko, similar Koyorda.
And so that's because the child always have a strong belief, thinking that my mother will 100% protect me.
근데 이제 딱 가득이 전에는 뭐는 저는 가도 깨워하시 때 많이 봐이 봐이나요. 가득이 전에 봐이나 다 아마도 뭐니 가득 돼서 초지 말이에요.
And so even if we don't believe in past and future lives, just from the kindness that she has showered on us in this life, we can think about her kindness.
그리고 당도 깨워하시 kelem 받는 다 남이 추리셔 봐이나 다 섬시 간데지는 저는 아마 제만이 요 말에 쓰라고 그래.
And so from the Buddhist point of view, where we believe in past and future lives, therefore we say there is no sentient beings who has not been your mother at some point. And so it is not easy to understand that. So it's, unless you go through so much contemplations and hearing, you will not come to believe that.
지금까지 temba이나 이제 제와이나 제 조수시다 다는 아마레스 텐데다 다문에 아니 아마가로 아메까지 되거든 이제도 제고요 말.
So by thinking about this life's mother, and the kindness that she has given us, all this, thinking about that, then we can think about having compassion for her.
그리고 텐데다 다 만들라게 다 센데 파마 집에가 못 가대. 센데 파마 맞아와나 다 니마 그러 파마 맞아장다 수수까지 뭐 도진에 되는 가지 상식을 좀 깨워라 아니 근데 이제는 뭐 된다고 같아. 대도라 나도 생각해서 좀 마시고 같은 거요래.
And so it helps you to helps you to generate compassion if you recognize all sentient beings as your mother. Or someone who has been very close to you as a father, as a brother, as a sister, whoever has been very close to you, who has been very kind to you. So if you can think of all sentient beings as that person, then you can think about repaying their kindness. And think about their kindness, and then think about repaying their kindness. And then from there, there will come the loving kindness and compassion. And then when you have the compassion, then you will have the intention to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings.
Okay? 그래서 나도 부분을 주장한 걸 파마까리라는데 제가 정말 파마까리지 뭐 제가 정말 파마까지나 마모고 랍다서 가로스 성그레스로.
So maybe a child, like when they're 14, 15 years old, when you tell them about the kindness of their mother or father, they will not think about it, right? They will not be able to relate to that, because all they think about is that always shouting, nagging, all that, do this, don't do that, and so forth. Of course, parents have to tell them that, right? So because they hear that all the time, all they think about is that, nagging.
But 너와는 보고들 로쪽제잖아. 아니 밤에 나타 수준 앞으로 도르스. 아니 보이는 안도만 로이 수카로 자는도.
So here there's a kind of a culture in America, right? That when you reach 18, after that, it's up to you. You can leave if you want, or parents will let you go also if you want to.
아니 보고 그래서 고통은 로자이요.
And then the children, if they are, if they are able to stand on their own feet, and they can take care of themselves, then they will definitely leave, right? So in one way, in one hand, it's good because then parents do not have to go through all these difficulties throughout their life, right? The children taking care of themselves, and then parents don't have to worry so much. And so children live, but if they are not successful in what they want to do, they fail, then they come back again. And then, but the parents also, they accept, right? That's very good. And so that's anyway, whatever, the way works best, that's good. But in this life, and of course there are so many people, who've been very kind to us, and especially, for giving birth to us and raising us, that's our mother. So our mother has been most kind to us.
Okay, that didn't that Suzu Pamade Garichimbo Batechi, that ten Nashinga, and it's Suzu Pama Machina Garichimbo, two Chinakari Trabayana, and it's Suzu, Simja Tamshil. So
in this way, think about all the sentient beings, how they have been your mother, and because we believe in past lives. There's no beginning of the past life, and one after another before that, right? So we always have these lives, and during that time we had sentient beings who has been our mother. So there isn't any sentient being who has not been our mother. So think about it there. And then even not only at the time when they have been mother, but even at the time when they have not been our mother, they have been very kind to us. Like right now, not everybody is our mother, but we depend on so many people, for all the things that we have. And therefore, think about their kindness. And then, the thing about repaying their kindness. And then the best way to repay their kindness is by giving them the happiness and taking away their suffering and so forth. So that's how you can generate, a bodhicitta to help them.
Okay? And then 아주 삼진들처럼 마 제뉴가 시거든나 생각도 계속도 한다. 마 제뉴는 많이 고 말아왔어. 마 제뉴가 있는 많이 고 말아와. 근데 겨서 나도 참았다. 티네저 제사로 와서.
So they have been your mother. It's, sometimes people find it difficult to believe that they've been my mother. And because you have to relate of being a mother. They have been your mother or you're being mother. It's different, right? So they have been your mother doesn't mean they're your mother. So they have been your mother doesn't mean that they have to be your mother now. Like just like you all have been teenagers. Are you still teenager? No, right? But you have been teenagers like that.
Right? Is this room only we have one teenager girl? I think she's a teenager. Right? You're not teenager. Okay. Then my bana kaje ngado teenage Januaries.
So no teenagers here, huh? Anyway, so we've all been teenagers, right?
You
can think of that? Yeah, so you've been teenagers, but you're not teenagers, right?
Yeah.
But you have been, just like that. And we have been also an infant, right? Who will poop anywhere, and who will pee anywhere, who will have no control and just let it go, right? Isn't that infant? No? So right now we can control and we can hold and then look for the toilet, right? And if we feel like that. And when you're infant, while you're eating, you're still pooping at the same time, right? You have been there, right?
Okay, maybe I'm very bad to say. Never that. So
we've been there, right? So we have been there, but it doesn't mean that we are there. We are that now, right?
Okay? Like that, there will be no. 나도 가디나 마제 남게 타다니베 샘제 탐초라가 말 파제 남게서 다시 쓰나 파제 이거 나중에 요 말에.
So usually we say mother sentient beings, So all the mother sentient beings who are equal to infinite space, like that, We don't really use the word like all the father sentient beings who are equal to infinite space. We don't use that term.
fathers sempan고 말해서.
But the fathers don't have to be sad.
Right. 그래 fathers 너무 mother 체니와 인자.
Because you have fathers also been mother, right? At some point in some life, so you're included in there also. When we say all sentient beings, all the mother sentient beings. So what is the point of thinking about their kindness? So what do we do after that? Think about their kindness and that's it?
다 대선 지지 장소로는 들리는도 다 대리 쇼게 아마서 니네 부부이로는 답잖아. 쇼셔서는 아말 때들이 지금 대륙서 열색도.
So today, in the West, the children will let the mother stay in the bed until late morning, right? And then they will go in the kitchen and prepare breakfast for the mother.
But
right?
after that, mother have to kill him. But this is a one way to be kind to each other, It's nice in a way. But that also meaning any 가르치고 있으나 that also 밤에 까지 전에 다파 전에 제고요 말이요.
And so that's a good way, that's a good way of giving a treat to a mother. by preparing breakfast for her and then so forth. But anyway, so the purpose of thinking about her kindness is so that we can think about repaying her kindness. And so if your parents live nearby or with you, still around, alive, then it's good to like occasionally call them, email them, keep in contact with them. So those of you who have children, when you see a message, email or messages from your children, do you feel something good? Feel good?
My children never contact me,
So, but if you never hear back from them, then you say, oh, my children never contact me, and then you worry, right? You worry thinking like that. So but there are some parents also, they don't want to hear from their children. They don't feel comfortable when they see the messages from their children. Maybe always asking for something. So then of course, you just still don't give up, so just treat it in a skillful way.
Okay? What in the Mamusho Chaso Kanji, that Kanjina, and that Suzuka Pameto, Simcha Tam, Chulaya, Shamba, and Nijedon, Shanjus and Gongo, that day, and Suzuki, Sem Yuma want the Mando Chedi, the Pameto Lemon Chagore.
And so you have to think about the kindness of the mothers, and then think of repaying their kindness, and of course with that to generate loving kindness and compassion towards all mother sentient beings. And most importantly, it's important to control one's own mind and not let it be swayed by the delusions. Right now we don't remember, but everything that we know is taught by our parents, right? Like how to eat, how to use the restaurants and everything, is taught by our parents, especially our mother, right? So if you think about all these things that our parents have done for us, then you already feel how kind they have been to you.
Okay?
And so if you really think about the kindness, then you should really think all this. You should remember all the kindnesses. But then usually if you don't remember that, then you are a person with no brain.
Penanganzu pala aman, tanganzu pala mai penanganzu cheni penalo tushu donjita wana, pala malo jajido wana, tanda pala me nganzu nge puyi sanda nganzu chimbosa lo tushu lata de, tanda pala ma nge puyi la chele.
Even if no matter how old we are, our parents will always think of us as their children, as their child. And even if you're like 60, 70 years old, and if your parents who are like 80, 90 years old, even if you're like 60 years old man, they will still come and say, oh, this is my child.
Okay, that is a da, Kanji, Nanzukadi, Yanaya, Pama Semji Tamsho, Dela Deji, Dungatam, Karo, Pama Semji, Devana, Devita, Demachi, Dungata, Dungata, Travachi, Temisho Gongo, was all to Jenny, and the Suzu, Kagalawa Nanji, Sembla Samatana, Yaposhara.
And so like that, just like we recite the four immeasurables, may all sentient beings be free from suffering and the cause of suffering, may all sentient beings be happy and possessed with the causes of happiness and so forth. So just like we recite from our mouth, we should also think in our heart.
Okay? Okay, now I'm stop talking that. Sometimes I talk all the bad things. The time I go to show you like anybody, but what? So
we're talking about the second chapter, right? Or the Guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life, which is about generating bodhicitta. So this is all a method, for generating bodhicitta. thinking about all sentient beings as one's mother, all the way up to generating compassion and a great compassion and the superior intention. And so it's all for generating bodhicitta, right? So in order to generate bodhicitta, we have to cleanse our mind where we can generate bodhicitta. And so for that, we have to engage in the practice of the purifications. And so this is the where it's talking about, right? In the second chapter. And so here at this point, it's talking about our mind, being like a very fancy or a very big or fancy house where you are inviting very special guests. So in order to, when you are inviting very important, high status guest in your house, you have to clean your house completely, right? Make your house really nice, clean and looking good, And so this is just kind of like that, So this is how you prepare your mind. And then also you you lay the red carpet, to invite them, right? And so here in the second chapter of the Guide to the Buddhist Way of Life, it's also kind of preparing our mind, cleansing our mind, and laying the right carpet and so forth in order to generate that special mind of bodhicitta in our mind.
Maybe I can say some bad words. I think I'm the Hollywood.
Hollywood.
And then Kademabo think about the Boche and it tap and a tap book so Jay coach Pomozuya. Kambagolia talk and you come back, come back, tick the young daughter, the pardon, come back, but it was.
So just like, what do you call that, the ceremony, award ceremony, like, in the Hollywood Academy Award? Yeah. So they have this red carpet, right? And then all the celebrities, the actors and actresses, they come. And they're dressed up very fancy and, wearing very high heel, just walking on the toes. And later when they go back to the stage, then they feel pain in their heels, right? Have you ever worn that? Yeah? Like 6 inches?
Yeah.
Maybe 8 inches?
Yeah.
I have ones that are this high.
And they part couldn't choose come a catcher in the part doing the nowadays.
So then afterwards, what? Is it comfortable? And then afterwards, do you feel pain in your toes? Or?
Yeah. I do maybe I would need to touch it. Tick.
So you wear that and walk in fancy just to make it look good to other people, right? And so anyway, this is like inviting, a special guest, the mind of enlightenment, of bodhicitta, by cleansing our mind completely. So how do we clean our mind? How do we clean our mind? By removing the delusions, right? Delusions from our mind. And there are many ways of doing that. And so here, we cleanse our mind, by making offerings, by creating the merit of making offerings.
Okay.
So last time we also already discussed about how we can, visualize the bathing chamber, where we invite these holy objects to, and then offer a bath to them, and offer garments, and offer ornaments, and so forth to them, right? So this is a very, similar with the culture of the Indians. So just like, in a very special occasion or great occasion or special occasions like a marriage, wedding and so forth, they bathe the groom, the bride, And and then dress her up with all the fancy garments and the ornaments and so forth.
Okay? 다들 쇼가 집시되는 많이. 다들만 니가 쇼바서 송거려 봐. 쇼바. 가리쇼거래. 딱꿀 가리쇼거래.
And then in the verse 14, it's talking about offering perfumes, the fragrances to your body, to the body of the holy being. So let's read that together. With the perfumes permeating 1,000 million worlds, I anoint the bodies of the lords of sages that are blazing with the luster, well refined, rubbed, and polished gold.
끈지 다네 정말 신부행에 간지다 나도 시원한 메토 잠가로 같이 그건 어디다 정말 어떻게 그랬다 대단한 또 해라면 몸도 와가지 된게 같이 그건데 대라서 봐 주는 이제 아니 산지 좀 되는 거라야 다 쉬고요 말이 쉬고.
And so here talking about the perfume, right? The perfumes permeating 1,000 million world. So in ancient days, they talk about the saffrons, the smell, the fragrance of the saffron, something like that. But nowadays, of course, there are so many different kind of perfume you can use. Think of.
저도 지금 인생에 되신다고 소말하지는 다 지금 들먹던 로에 왔어.
So on a special occasions or to the parties, when you go, you always spray some kind of perfumes in your body and go there, right?
어때 나지겠다. 된대기 아니 정말신 보대. 저저는 이제 통원남지 그 세장 정말쇼를 쉬었다라. 이게 좀 봐봐 대다. 슈퍼인저스는 다 대양원이 정말인 봐. 여보인 봐. 먼저 직 잘라야 본다. 시다 슈등을 대나지 시다 당지 마 원반대 같은 얘기. 딱 그리 슈퍼서 다 산지 주들 가지 소소고 아니 전에들 봐 슈그레스.
And so just like you will clean and polish the refined gold, and just like that, and then clean it and polish it, just like that, you clean or wash the bodies of the sages, the Lord of the sages, who is referring to the Buddhas, and anoint with the perfumes permeating 1,000 million worlds.
Okay. Then the 남중도 샵대다 이거 소소를 걸어야 만든데 아금 바다 비비치 초섬다 메토다 아니 부다 아니 초매다도 작은도 어떤 데는 많이 거래.
And so also during the times when we do pujas, we set up the offerings, right? The set of offerings like with the water, flower, the incense, the light, food, perfume, and so forth. So all these are also similar to what we offer here. Then after that is offering flower, garland. Let's read that, verse 15. I worship the most glorious lords of sages with all wonderfully fragrant and pleasing blossoms, mandarava, flowers, blue lotuses, and others, and with the splendidly arranged garlands. And it's like it is, just like it is said in the verse here, to the Lord of the sages, which is referring to the Buddhas, right? And to them I offer this wonderfully fragrant and pleasing blossoms of mandarava flowers, so blue lotus, utpala flowers, and other lotus flowers, and so forth. And so there's two different ways of offerings. One way is to offer just like we normally do, the Agampadam, that's called the regular offerings. And then there's another one is just like the offering, just like the Samanthabhada's offering, the Samanthabhada's way of offering, where you visualize the whole space filled with these objects of the offerings.
Okay.
So just like on the Sagadawa day, if you have been here before, in the previous Sagadawa days, we have one that May 19th this time, right? So just those on that day we'll be making a lot of offerings. So you will see the whole place filled with offerings of all the flowers, lamps, and so forth.
그래서 오늘 제 선물시 아우이 땅만은 가서 디제 쳐버렸잖아. 네 쳐버렸잖아. 아니 전에 말하는 거는 저것도 그래. 손 빼면 납치 못 사게 와요.
So, so on those days, that's like a very special day, right? In a very special place with a very special offering. By doing that, you accumulate immeasurable merits.
그리고 저도 이면은 도와서 어디 지지를 도내시죠. 이니를 도내시죠. 우리가 제가 쇼다 좀 나무 가는 도대요, 그러와.
So you have already received those emails, right? Don't say you did not. Asking for all the donations, for this donation, for that.
그래서 이메일 가서 도무지 말로 어찌 들레체 마셔. 지로서야서 semla 안가데 제도도 좀 레온스 그래.
So don't delete it even before you read it. Okay? Oh, there's another thing, another demand again. So don't think like that and delete it even before you read. Maybe there's something you might be able to do that. So read it at least.
쇼치는 지는 문에 다 맞는데 고고도 문에 지나서 다시 현대 기술을 정보전 너무 잘 그러더라. 이게 제나요 기분에 나도 강가 고급대 라고 그러다.
So in one hand, yes, it's asking for donation. You're asking for money to do this, to do that. But on the other hand, you can think of this as a great opportunity for you to make offerings, great merit, and so forth. So if we haven't done any kind of arrangements like that, then you will not have the opportunity to create merit. And in order to do, to set up such things, to make the arrangements, we need to spend money. There will be a lot of expenses, for doing that. So in the verbally we always say, oh, may there be peace in the whole world, may all the religions be harmonious with each other. So, and the events like that, that we are having now on the May 19th, is a very good, way of bringing all the different major religions, together in harmony. And this is one of the commitment of His Holiness the Lama to have harmony in all the harmony among the religions. So in one hand you might say, oh, there's so much complications, so many work, so much complications. But on the other hand, it's really very, very meaningful. So on that day, we'll have all the major religions of this world coming together. So on the special occasion of the Sakadawa month and in a special place of Kurukulla Center. Not because Kurukulla Center, but because it's been blessed by the presence of many great lamas, including His Holiness Dalai Lama, and many other great masters. And so this is the month, during the month of Sakadawa, where Buddha was born, enlightened, and passed into parinirvana. So if we do make offerings like that, on the special occasion, in a special place, to special beings, like Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, then definitely, no doubt that we create immeasurable merits. So of course you do support that, and you have been supporting, and again, if you can keep on supporting, that would be very helpful, very a good way for many people to accumulate inconceivable merits. So that way you are giving opportunity for so many people to come together, leave a positive imprint in their minds and accumulate merits, and so benefiting so many beings like that. So when you say, oh, help others, you don't have to go and feed them food into their mouth to help them. by doing these kind of things, you're helping them.
내가 내려오는 막 나랑 계획 통해만 민만 보고 왔던데 뭐니 내가 빼야 온다고 생각들이 망보까지 가오지고 망보고 도스러워.
And so personally, there are so many people who have come to me and expressed their happiness or liking, for having arranged such kind of occasion. Such kind of event. So, and of course, it's not only done by myself; it's arranged by all the curricula members. And so this is for all of us. So we should all come together, to do this. We have done a lot, and then we still have a lot more to do.
Okay.
And so there are so many people who came together, planting flowers and doing so many cleanups and so forth. So that's really good. So this is exactly putting into practice, not just like reading in the word in this verse here, but actually putting into practice. But normally, we can say so many nice things, with the words from our mouth, but who can really, get into action, put into practice is very difficult. So not only talking about it, but also, putting into action is very important.
Okay. What it is, Gigi Chero Chini, Chejo, Go, the Nigo, and the Cadina, Takaka to Masamachi, and it's Suzu Cheto do the Meduta, and it Chetona tell Shewainata, pay Jantuna cheating in the Wasati.
So when you see, all these emails asking for this, asking for that, asking to do this, asking to give that, don't feel like, that's another one again. Rather, read through, and then see whatever you can do, do. If you cannot do it, you cannot do it. If you can do it, then help, in whatever small way you can. And then you leave the connection, just like, like a drop of water falling into an ocean. And so that drop of water becomes a part of the whole ocean, and it will never dry until the whole ocean dries. And so, on that day, everybody come together, and many people come together and then do prayers and do practices, right? So if you become part of that, then you are in that practice also.
Okay. And so
I'm talking about that just because we are talking about that in this text now. Here it's talking about making offerings, and also because we are making these big offerings during Sagadawa event. That's why it happened. And so he says, I worship the most glorious lords of sages. So lords of sages, like I said, it's a Buddha. And of course, there are so many different kind of Buddhas, right? Like Buddha Shakyamuni, Avalokiteshvara, Menjushi, all these the object of offerings we offer to. So he says, offer all the wonderfully fragrant and pleasing blossoms of mother of flowers, blue lotus, bala flowers, and others. This is any kind of other flowers.
Okay.
And it says with splendidly arranged garlands. So like in India, they have this culture of where they make a flower garlands and then offer around their necks, around the neck of the special or important guest, just like that. You imagine an offering to the Buddhas around their neck, and also there's this loose flowers, which you sprinkle, on them. So that's offering of the flower. And then after that is offering of incense. Let's read that together. And then that's like the offering an offering of perfume, offering of incense and offering of food. That verse, right? So verse 16. I perfume them with the enchanting clouds of incense having a pungent and pervasive aroma. I offer these feasts consisting of various foods and drinks. So it says the clouds of incense having pungent and pervasive aroma. So that's like, any kind of incense that when you burn it, it gives a very good smell, good fragrances. So we should offer the incense that produces a good smell and a healthy, kind of healthy smell. So it's not bad for somebody. So like somebody, if someone has allergy, then that's not good, right? So you can't offer that to them. So like that. So imagine offering that kind of healthy and pleasant smell incense, the entire whole world, entire whole. So that tradition of offering incense is very, very strong, especially in the Eastern, with the Easterners, so they offer all over the places. And that is, I offer them feast consisting of various foods and drinks. So not only just food, but the best of the foods and drinks. And so the food is the solid, which usually requires chewing, and then the drink is just the swallowing. So you imagine offering the best of the foods and drinks.
Okay.
And so like the enchanted clouds having a pungent and pervasive aroma. Doesn't mention about the gods offering, right? So equal to the offerings that they offer to the gods, you offer to the Buddhas like that.
Okay,
and so like when you make the talk offerings, during the talk offerings, we like during the Guru Pujas and things and pujas like that, we offer talk. We bring all the food, like the fruits and cookies and so forth. So those like that.
Okay. And
then after that is the offerings of light or lamp.
And
so the incense is offered to the nose, right? You smell by the nose, and then the food is to the mouth, eaten by mouth, food and drinks, and then the light is to the eye.
And
then the perfume is to the body, right? You anoint a perfume to the body. And the verse 17, I offer them jeweled lamps, mounted in rows on golden lotuses, and I scatter lovely drips of blossoms on the floors anointed with perfume.
단 네가 팅니 가르에서나 아니 다 마음이 펴기 어려져. 마음에 사는 건 좀에다 비대한데 다 로고지도 와.
So the jewel lamp, so it's the offering of the jewel lamp, which is referring to the lights, right? So like the candlelight, the tea lights, or body lamp, whatever we offer, that's consisting of the lights.
아니 근데 비사됐다 나도 저도 배에 다 내발는데야 세고 막 이거 공부 무서워는데 아니 세지 뺨맞아도 들어와 있으나 다 같이 세다 이거 소셔 소셔 대라야 아니 매독 뺨을 찾아야 같은 얘기 나라 피고래서.
So like in India, Nepal, and Tibet, they have this tradition of making a wick, in the container that's made of gold, or silver, bronze, or whatever you can afford, and that looks like a lotus, blossom open in a container, and then you wick, and then you fill that with the butter, and then you light it, and so that's called butter lamp. That's how we offer.
아니 대기 레전드도 나도 어디 피부라 때는 네가 나도 아니 그러고 다 혈압 지원으로 그래 혈압까지 너무 뜨무고 못 봐서로 레병이어서.
And then the benefit of making light offering is that it will eliminate the darkness of the ignorance.
Okay.
So you develop the wisdom, which sees the truth. Just like when you have light, you can see. With the wisdom, you can see.
어디지? 다 뒤에 오더라다 나도 장난 비싸가지고 다 수사했네. 나도 재미가 비기 그래.
And then after that, in verse 18, it offers the place where they reside, the palace. Yeah. So let's recite that. To those filled with love, I also offer a brilliant multitude of palaces, delightful with the songs of praise, radiant with garlands of pearls and jewels, and ornamented at the entrance in 4 directions.
어디 간에 비해서는 아니 사지어 빼와 사지어 따와 비지 슈바데스 아니 간제 캄바데 재미가 맞아 캄바 특바도 봐빼 그리고 렘lem이 안 보여 같이 디나라야 아니 대야지 오라야 잠보여 같이 디나라라 아니 메토다 아니 된데 뭐 잠셔 같이 된데 재미 카페인.
And so you can think of all this, the palace, or the celestial mansion, that's very beautiful. You can, imagine the best one you can think, just like, or like it is, described here, a palace with a delightful with the songs of praise, radiant with the garlands of pearls. So all the walls, they're hanging the pearls, the garlands of the pearls and jewels, and then ornamented at the entrance of the 4 directions. So all the directions or the entrance of the doors are ornamented, with all the jewels and so forth. So anyway, so something like that is described, or the best way you can imagine. So have you ever viewed mandala, the 3-dimension mandala?
Right.
So so usually we have this the sand mandala, right? Sand mandala, which is flat, but if you can imagine like that, the 3D, it's like the whole celestial mansion.
Okay,
So what you're offering here is a house. So you can think of the best house you can want to. You will want for yourself, a very nice house, spacious, and a nice painting, and then what? With a nice heat and cooling system, and then nice bathrooms and everything, right? So whatever you can think of, So just like imagine that, and then offer. And then like with the walk-in closets.
And the bathtub is a patch bathtub, chick, that in a laya, chick, that check her road, no show, Kangani, or show go to us.
And even the bathrooms, like a bathtub, and then there's a separate room for the shower, and then there's all this 4. So what is it? The all direction shower. So you have a shower, water spraying from every direction. Think that's fancy? So imagine like that. If you think. So like if it's a very rich person's the house, you will have everything, right? You can't say, oh, it's not missing this or missing that, not like that. And so just like you will want to have for yourself like that, for a rich person, and then imagine like that and offer to the Buddhas also.
Tanding and Gomjan, also Chesala Madame, nothing of Gendrichi, some sort of Gomjan, the Mandu, the Gomjan, Louis on the Pache.
So here you're doing the visualization. You're not actually giving the house. Right. So just visualizing the house like that. Right? We don't even have a proper house for ourselves, and then how we will be able to actually build a house like that, right?
Okay, yes.
Is the point more to offer very extravagant, lavish things, or is it to offer things that are like valuable to you personally?
The social 된다쳐가지 소설로 된다쳐 지야지 부어서 이게 파주는 때 강제지 부어서. So more the point is, what is more valuable for oneself.
In the Egypt,
It doesn't mean that you have to actually give, right? You're just visualizing, mentally offering it like that. Don't bring all the things that you have tomorrow here.
Don't day after tomorrow you are homeless.
So anyway, if you do that, that helps to lessen your miserliness. So eventually when you reach, by doing that practice, eventually when you reach to that level, then you will be able to actually give, But right now you can't give. So right now, if we are asked to give, we won't be able to give because we can't. Be honest, with ourselves. Like when we were driving in the car, and then we, see some homeless person asking for money, and then we look into our car. If we see some loose changes, like coins or something, then we'll give, right? It's not that we don't have to give, but it's just that we cannot give, right? So if it's good, if that person is fortunate, then we might have some coins in our car, then we'll give that. Otherwise, we'll not give. And then, so that's, we find very difficult to give even, a little bit of money to the person, right? But then when we go, again, we go out and then go into this shopping malls in the Macy's, and then you see the sales sign everywhere. And it says, oh, this is for sale, this is for... That's like deceiving us, right? You know that, right? That's deceiving. It's not really selling, it's just deceiving us, right? And then we think, oh, it's really sell, and then we pick up this, pick up that, and we pick up so many things, and we have spent like $100 over. And then we fill them up in our closets with those things. And then they become trash later, I guess, right? So, we don't even use all of them, and we just like fill up our closets. So it's just, the way we think, right?
Okay, like that. I think then today's also Mother Teacher also there. We have some Tibetan singers picnic here. Then we're going to start also that. Then I hope you have a very good Mother's Day. You have some parties. Then like that. Anyway, thank you for all of you. To a lot of help to things done. My best wish to all of you. Then I think we start. Then I think the Tibetan sinners, they come in, knock the door. Here, you guys, here. Usually, this is also like me. My own parents are not here. This is the other side of the world. It's a world. Even I want to do something, I could not do that. Here a lot of sinners here. I try to keep them to also come here. They have food. Their kids have a lot of food better than here. I just bring here the Tibetan old tradition. They all come together. They chat each other. They run. They see the statue. They are very, they're very happy. Then I try to bring for them their once a month to picnic. First, sometimes I thought maybe I can also eat Westerns, but Western I'm a little bit scared. Maybe someone can complain, Their food is, some families made, okay, I can eat that, I cannot eat it. So many also issues, we have health issues, then, Maybe someone says, I got sick that beginning day, then that's too much complicated, you know. The Tibetan tradition, they don't have like that. Maybe they will do one day. You know, more, you know, if you sick, oh, you sick there, it's up to you. If you're sick, there's no problem to. No one says, okay, I eat that, I got no, no, that, you know, this Tibetan culture. Therefore, today we have also picnics, and sometimes Tibetan families do also, most Tibetan families sponsor. Today also they sponsor the one of the Taiwanese family. You know, it's very like mixing, you know, very nice. Maybe one day also I like to maybe want to also the Westerns can also do sponsor. You know, this means I'm trying to mix so everyone like mix together, you know. Try to connect each other, you know, nothing, you know, why you don't do that. Try to all connect each other, you know. Then we have say, you, me, we don't have like some distance, you know, we all like same. Okay? Like that. Then happy Mother's Day. You can stop. Okay, thank you. Otherwise they're knocking the doors.
Okay, turn to page 39. Saji Paki Shukshing Metotram Rira Bling Jini De Gempadi Sangi Jing Du Mekte Owagi Droku Nam Da Jing La Chupa Sho Jetun Lame Kutse Rapten Jing Nam Katrin Ne Chok Chu Gyepadang Lo Sang Ten Pedrun Mesa Sumgi Do Wemun Sel Tak Tu Ne Kyo Chi Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami. From my two collections, vast is space that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds' wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach a state, may be held in your loving compassion for all my life's Manjushri. May I find the best of complete graded parts of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold Buddha's teachings for a very long time. My heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined. May I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded course to enlightenment completed, due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children, may all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chen Rezi remain in life till samsara ascend. Dong Ni Ning Je Zong Nu Juk Pedam Je Che Selde Gang Chen Ten Droi Gun Jag Na Pemo Den Zin Gyatso La So Wa Dep So Je Dun Lun Drup Shok. Page 49. Dup Tul Chan Jing Jam Gung Yao Wei Den Zin Gyum Bao Wei Kon Zo Dok Por Zen Chok Sum Kor Wei Leg Mon Tu Dru Ba Dak So Du Je Kon Du Jap Den Shok. Your form embodies all Buddhas, your nature is that of Vajradhara. You are the root of the three jewels, homage to you, O Gurus. In short, I seek your blessing, so protected, to be cared for by you from birth unremittingly throughout all my lives, and thus to become your chief disciple, holding every secret of your body, speech, and mind. O protector, please grant that all be auspicious for me to be foremost among your very first circle of disciples wherever you manifest Buddhahood, so that all my temporal and ultimate wishes without exception may be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma by completing the qualities of the stages and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Furthermore, in life after life, may I, pleasing him in return, be forever fostered by an accomplished Mahayana spiritual master, the source of every virtue of this world and beyond. In his care may I acquire in him a firm, unshakable faith, pleasing him by every means possible, doing nothing even for an instant to disappoint. May my spiritual master impart to me every instruction and every teaching in its entirety. Having understood them faultlessly, may I practice them and be able to bring them to perfection. May I never even for a moment fall under the sway of malevolent teachers and misleading friends. Having developed in every life, believe in cause and effect, renunciation, the body mind, and the pure view, may I embark upon them with continual effort, with effortless experience. In every life, may every virtuous act gathered by way of body, speech, and mind be causes solely for the welfare of others and for the purest and highest enlightenment. Page 57. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born ever decline, but increase forevermore. Page 75, Mitsima. Mig metse wei der chen chen reisig dream kem pe wang bo jam pao yang dang chen ke pe zu gen song ka pa lob sang dra pe jab la so wa de. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Geshe. Thank you, Damchula. For anyone who's part of the recitation group, there's a it's going to be at 12 o'clock after class. I'll double check that Wendy's going to be here. So, even though we ended a bit earlier, if you can please stay for that. Then any help, we're setting up everything next week, Saturday for Sakadawa. So any help you can give on the day, please, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. be here. There's a lot of offering, as Geshe mentioned. We need to set up the offering altars. There's a lot of work to be done to get the center ready. So if you have availability, please let me know. Any help will be greatly appreciated. And other than that, keep an eye out. The information is now posted in our calendar with regards to His Holiness, the 104th Kanten Tripo is going to be here starting on June 5. Classes start on June 6. So just take a look at the calendar. At that point in time, closer to the date, we're going to get more information out on how you can help, when you can welcome, and everything that needs to be done around that. And that's it. So thanks very much. Thanks, Geshe. Thank you, Damchula.